Hi, I'm at Dandelion Mud Pie, an eco-friendly store in the Young Lawrence neighborhood. And today I'm going to interview Helen Nestor, who owns the store, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what inspired her to open Dandelion Mud Pie and some other issues involving having a store that focuses on eco-friendly merchandise and sustainable goods. Hi, Helen. Good
Hi
morning.
there, good morning.
I just want to know, when did you open Dandelion Mud Pie?
It's been just a year actually. November the 10th is when I opened, so just over a year.
Well, congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. The name is wonderful, and whenever I've mentioned the store to other people I know, they always ask me, "Where did you get that name?" So I'm wondering if you can speak to that.
Sure, I can. It's actually a childhood memory of mine. When I was thinking of the store, it all kind of came together organically in terms of the idea of the store and the name of the store. I wanted something different, quirky. A lot of people were saying to me, well, if it's an eco store, make sure that you have green in the name so that people understand what you are. And I actually wanted to go the other way and make people question, what I was. What does that mean? And because it was going to be a shop that was going to be different and quirky, I had to go that route. As I was thinking about what was going to be here and what the theme was and what the intention of the store was, I had this childhood memory pop into my head of my sister and I playing in the backyard with mud and making mud pies and sticking dandelions in them, and the hours and hours and days we would do this kind of thing, whether it be with mud or sticks or whatever we had available. Really, we grew up with very little around us in terms of toys, so we had to create our own games, our own toys, our own sort of little adventures, and we weren't alone. I mean, as I realize, and I'm talking to people and I mention this to them, they all have this you get this expression of, oh yeah, of course. I mean, that's what we did, whether it be with mud or whatever they had available, sand, and every child has a memory of picking up a stick and it became something else, or playing with mud and it became something else. So it really harkened to nature because of the mud and the dandelion theme, to simplicity, paring down. I think we've all gone so mad with stuff that really, when you pare it all down and you get down to the essentials, what is it that you actually in fact need? Need to make you happy, need to motivate you, need to satisfy you, and it's very, very little in fact. So, and because the memory was just such a happy one, it made me smile, and it stuck.
Great. Well, I'm wondering, in a neighborhood where I think there's a lot of people who enjoy their stuff,
Mm-hmm.
what inspired you to open a store like Dandelion Mud Pie here? And what inspired you to open a store like Dandelion Mud Pie to begin with?
Yeah, twofold question here, because I really wanted to simplify my life. So in that aspect, because I lived in the neighborhood, I wanted something where I could walk to work. The beauty of walking to work, I cannot express enough, and being close to my kids' school. So it started off very sort of me and what I wanted. Also, the neighborhood, yes, you're absolutely right. It's a very sort of logo-driven neighborhood. People do have, it's a fairly sort of middle-class, upper-class, affluent area. So money isn't necessarily the issue, but I think we're on the cusp at this neighborhood and worldwide of some changes. Questioning what it is that we do in our lives, how we purchase, how we move about in our lives. And I thought, what a great little neighborhood to have this here, and to open up sort of the knowledge and to question people in terms of what it is that they use in their homes. And really it was based on one person at a time. It's 500 square feet. It's a tiny, tiny store. I knew that there couldn't be much in here in terms of stuff. So it had to be particular stuff that was here. So people come in, they don't always get it. No, some people get it right away. And you could see, oh, I get this. I get the mix. I get the going from fine jewelry that is made with natural stones by Canadian artists to cleaning products and toilet paper. It's a big dichotomy, but within itself is like, how can we live our lives in a green way, not harming the environment as little as we can, and getting what we need in terms of satisfying ourselves artistically with things that are made by hand, that have that wonderful made by hand energy to it. So it was going to be a mix of things, and I knew it was going to take time for people to grasp the concept. Some people, as I said, get it right away. Others, it's a bit of a growth for them to come in and they start questioning. Oh, I see. And with some people, they won't get it right away. You know, it may take a few months. It may, and some people might not get it at all. But in fact, the response has been very positive, very, very positive. The support within the community is huge. Those that do get it, especially right away, or have come around to what it is that I'm trying to do here, have fully embraced it to the point where they not only come in, but they tell other people. I mean, how invaluable is that? These are people that I wouldn't necessarily ever reach. But when it comes from a friend, when it comes from somebody that is trusted, that they know, family member, you can't buy that. That is advertising you can't buy. That is, it pares down to one customer at a time. As simple as the thought is, and here I am talking about simplicity, that is what it comes down to. Every person that walks into that door is not only a customer for that moment, but has a huge outreach. You don't know where they work, who they know, how many people they know, who they're going to influence. So you treat them as one customer at a time. You open your doors as this person is going to open the door to 5 or 6 other people that I may not ever reach. And in fact, it has grown exponentially because of that. And in that way, I have seen, my background being PR, I have seen the concept of word of mouth work firsthand. Whereas before, when I worked in PR, I knew it worked. I knew psychologically, I knew there was a theory there. I never saw the theory in practice. I believed it would work as I put out the media releases, as I put out the information, and hoped that it did what it was supposed to do. Now I actually see it firsthand. I see when people come in here and say, well, so-and-so told me about your shop and I'm here. And this is not a one-off thing. This happens time and time again.
Helen, that was absolutely wonderful. And I'm wondering now if you'd like to show us a couple items that people may be interested in terms of holiday gifts, because we are getting into that season. And I'm going to do my best to follow you around with the camera. Just
well,
maybe
one of the
two
things
items.
I've been listening to, and I do listen to my customers as they tell me things, because it's invaluable what they're telling you, and how what you do affects them. Because of the economy we're in, because of the changes that are going around in our world, a lot of people have been coming in and saying to me, well, we're paring down this year. We're not going to be spending as much as we have in the past. We want to simplify our gifts. We want to not spend as much money. And in that, so I take that, and I think, how can I present things to people to make it easier for them to spend less, to purchase things that they're going to actually use, instead of putting something on a shelf that collects dust. So and keeps within their budget. So going along those themes, I started my little graded wall here of gifts that are $10 and under, gifts that are $20 and under, and gifts that are $30 and under. And I think it just makes it a lot easier for people to come in and for, the teacher, the neighbor, the coworker to say, oh, that's a beautiful gift. Oh my goodness, I can actually purchase something that's $10 and less, and it be a significant little gift that people will use. You've got your natural soap and your cast iron soap dish. There's some organic tea and some potpourri. There's some natural hand sanitizer and an eco-friendly lip balm. There's a lot out there, and depending on how you package it, you're done. You don't have to worry about anything else. That's your $10 gift. So there's this sort of system occurred to me as people were talking about paring down, and I thought, well, I'll just make it a lot easier for you and put the little gifts together so you don't have to think. There you go, and you can actually go spend some time with your family, which is what it's all about in the end, isn't it? So we want to make shopping easier. We want to make it so that people are buying gifts that aren't it's going to leave as little as an impression on the earth as we can in terms of that carbon footprint, and that they will enjoy and will honor them. So